Bling! Huh?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Doodles. Thanks for joining me here again today. And today I'm going to show you folks a easy way to draw braided hair. So here's one I did earlier. Well, let's start with looking at this. This is how I used to draw braids. And we can kind of see that this is not at all a braid whatsoever. It's really just like hair wrapped around, twisted, and just messy looking. So it got a whole lot easier to draw braids when I really kind of sized up the situation of it. So braids are actually super duper easy. So what you got to do is just make a zigzag. And as you're making your zigzag all the way down, it's getting a little bit smaller each time. Okay, see? So we just have a zigzag and our zigzag is getting a bit wider as we're going up this way towards the actual head. And then we can see too that the shape that we're going in here is kind of like the shape of a super duper big V. Okay, so it's wider up here and a lot thinner down here, the closer it is to the hair elastic. So when you have your zigzag done, you can just kind of extend your lines a little bit. And then again, as you're getting closer down here, your lines aren't going to be extended as long as they would be up towards the head. So just extend them a little bit, and then you can curve them. And it really makes it look more like an actual braid. Okay, so it's really not too tricky. And so let's see, I'll erase this big V shape. If you want your braid to look a bit more realistic, then you can start by adding in little strokes of hair, little bits that kind of help to give the hair a bit of texture, a bit more detail. Really helps to make it look a bit more real. So you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but I'm curving a little teeny tiny bit right here. The closer I am to the like rounded part of the hair, I'm just making it slightly curved. And then see, just super duper slightly curved. And then if I'm coming from the zigzaggy part, I can just go straight. Okay, and so we can look at this one I did, and you can see that I drew in lots of strands of hair. So there's a lot more detail in this one than there was in this one. So this one looks a lot more realistic than this one with not much detail. And let's see, so I've got down here some other little examples that we could use instead of, say, this end of hair. So after you would have your elastic to hold the braid together, maybe the hair isn't kind of wavy like this. Maybe it's more curly, maybe it's more straight. So there's lots of different ways that you can end off that braid. And it all depends on what kind of hair type your character has. So let's draw a new one without my pencil marks underneath it. I can show you guys how it is pretty easy once you kind of get the hang of it. All right, so I'm going to start with that zigzag. And you can see that my zigzag is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to extend these lines a bit here. Okay, and now we can curve these. And then we can put in a hair elastic and finish off with a little bit of hair. Okay, so if we want to add more detail, like I said earlier, we can give little strokes of hair. Just like that. And if we want to draw the hair coming from the head, like I did right here, that's easy too. We just have to remember that a braid is put together with 3 chunks of hair. So right here would be one piece, one big piece. And then we can draw in our strands, or some anyway. You don't have to fully draw in a pile of strands. And then right here is another chunk of hair that helps to make up the braid. And then the other part that helps to make up the braid, the third part, would be here in the middle. So we'd have some hair coming that looks like it's straight. Our little lines would be straight, whereas these ones are coming from the sides. Okay? And then the bit of hair that we would have underneath would be lifted up. So that hair, your strands can be going in this direction. Like that. Okay, so you can see I did it here on this one too. So these strands are kind of beneath the braid at the very back of the head, and they're just going in the direction to be pulled into the 3 different chunks. So folks, I really hope this helps somebody. I hope at least it helps maybe one person try to make it a little bit easier on you guys on how to make braids, how to draw braids. There's lots of different types of braids too, and lots of different types of hairstyles that we could draw in the future if you're interested in that. So folks, I hope you had fun drawing. I hope you have a really, really good day, and I hope to see you back here next time for the next Daily Doodles. Okay, everybody, goodbye!